Genie Gamer here, and version 2.3 has just been announced for Genshin. Let's go! And as always with these patch notes discussion videos, I will be discussing about everything in 2.3. The new characters, the events, the content, etc. So yeah, without any further ado, let's just dive into it, because you know how long these discussion videos are. They're like 20 minutes long. So I want to at least try to put these in like 10 minutes or less. So yeah, let's just get this over with. I'm going to be going to events because it's quieter. There'll be no, sounds and stuff. And yes, I know Dreams of Bloom has just released. So, and I will be doing this later after I make this discussion video. But enough about Dreams of Bloom. Let's just go over the new content here. So surprisingly, we're actually getting a Albedo and Eula rerun first. Yes, this is the first thing I'm going to be talking about. I will be going over Ito and Gorou later. But yeah, so Albedo and Eula are releasing at the same time, which is really, really, really weird. And the event that goes alongside that, I will be talking about that later, because the video mentions it later, but I am going to be discussing about the banners first, so yeah. So, Albedo, he's good, good geo support. Honestly, I think he's probably like one of the best geo supports in the game, because he's the only one who can make geo particles in this game. So, Albedo, really good. If you don't already have a good geo support, then Albedo is a good pickup. And as for Eula, Eula is a physical damage dealer. So her whole gimmick is to do a lot of damage with the sigil. When you use her Q, it basically creates a sigil and then it explodes and it does physical damage. So Eula's whole kit is based off of physical damage, and the cryo's just a cherry on top for those superconduct builds of Eula. So you do superconduct and you do more physical damage. So yeah, honestly, if you don't have a physical damage dealer or a physical damage dealer carry, then I say Eula's worth it. But if you already have characters like who are better DPSs, like well, not everyone is better than Eula, but you know what I mean. If you already have like physical damage dealers built like Razor, Beidou, basically any Claymore, Xingyan, which we got for free on this update, then maybe not something for Eula. But if you like the character, or if you like the physical damage dealing that Eula can do, then summon on her banner, honestly. We don't know the other characters that will be on both Albedo and Eula's banner, but I think one of them is probably going to have Bennett, so obviously, if it has Bennett, then it's good, right? So yeah, that's basically Albedo and Eula banner. And, of course, the new banner, which is phase 2 of the 2.3, which is the Ito and Gorou banner. And of course, I will be discussing about what they do. So let's just go over Ito first. So Ito is a 5-star Claymore that basically does a lot of damage. Literally, I just summarized him in a sentence. He's literally Geo Claymore boy that does a lot of damage. And I'm going to be putting his kit on screen right now, like every other character. I'll put it as Gorou as well. I'll put his kit up there too. So, basically, Ito's skill is basically just like a, it's literally just Ganyu's flowers, basically her E, but every time an enemy attacks the statue, it basically gives him one stack of, basically one stack of his thing, his superlative super strength. So basically, the more stacks you have, the more damage you do. And yeah. And her Q is basically, well, If you use his Q, then you do more damage. It also increases his damage depending on how many stacks you have of his E. So with this E, you taunt the enemies close together, and you use his Q to do damage. So that's basically it. Just summarized him in a couple of sentences. So that is basically Ito. He taunts, and his thing is based off of HP. Enemies gather through it. You get enough elemental particles to do his Q, and then his Q basically does damage based off of Ito's defense, and basically that's his whole kit. He scales off of defense, and he does a lot of damage based on his defense. He even gains an attack speed bonus based off his defense. Everything is based off his defense with Ito. So that is basically Ito in a nutshell. And moving on to Gorou. Gorou is a 4-star bow character that is basically just a glorified Geo support. Don't believe me? Well, his kit is basically a Geo support. So, basically, his E summons a banner, which basically just stays on the field and has an AoE effect. Think of it as Bennett's Q in a way, where depending on how many Geo characters you have on your team, the effect differs, and it stacks on top of each other. So, basically, having one Geo party member increases the party's defense. Having 2 Geo party members increases the impenetrable effect, basically decreases interruption on your attacks. So, basically, Xingqiu's Q's effect. And then having 3 Geo party members basically grants more Geo damage bonuses. So basically, it caters to Geo damage bonus characters. So if you build a whole Geo team around Gorou, you're basically going to be doing god damage. So, the standard. So let's say, I think the ideal team probably to run is Ito, Zhongli, Albedo, and then Gorou. So if you have all those 3, then you're basically going to be doing god damage. And if you want a healer, then just run Noelle. So yeah. And his Q is basically just the same thing. It's basically, he basically has his E, but basically, his Q is just his E, but it moves with you instead of staying on the ground. Wow, so different. But it still works though, because it stays on the field for quite a good while. It follows you, so basically, you don't have to stay in like one stationary spot or inside the circle. So it's pretty good. So yeah, just summarize Gorou really quickly. He's basically just a Geo support all the way through. So yeah. And of course, we're gonna be getting a Ito, an Ito story quest. Just like every other new character, of course we have to have a story quest too. And after they announced that, we basically get new hangout events. Let's go! They're not neglecting hangout events. And they have hangout events for Beidou, my girl. Finally, some more Beidou representation. And Gorou. So we're going to be having 2 hangout events for this new update. So yeah, pretty cool. And as for the weapons, of course we have to talk about the weapons here. We have the Red Horn Sword Sealer, I think that's what it's called. The Red Horn Stone Thresher. Okay, I said it wrong, but yeah. The Red Horn Stone Thresher is basically just an Ito Claymore. But that Claymore is so broken that you can run it on basically anyone on the team. You wanna know why? Because this Claymore has 88% crit damage! 88% crit damage at level 90! That's insane! That's way too high crit damage! So, enough about me rambling on the base stats. Time to discuss the passive. So basically, its passive is just increases your defense by 28%, and normal and charge attacks damage is increased by 40% of your defense. So literally, as I said, an Ito Claymore, it's literally just an Ito Claymore. It scales up in defense, Ito scales up in defense, it's pretty good on Ito. But it can also be used for other characters like Xingyan, who also is scaled off of defense, or Noelle, which is also scaled off of defense. But honestly, I think White Blind is probably better for Noelle. But this Claymore is honestly pretty good, because it gives you such a big boost on your defense anyway. So, and it basically increases your normal and charge attacks damage based on your defense too, by 40%. By 40%! Yeah, you're gonna be doing a lot of damage with this Claymore. It's even good on like Diluc and like Beto, because like the crit damage alone, ignoring the passive, is honestly still really good. I say that Wolf's Gravestone is probably the best Claymore in the game, but this Redhorn Claymore is probably second to the best Claymore in the game. So honestly, if the Claymore banner is pretty good, then honestly, I say summon on it. Because that Claymore is honestly really, 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 really broken. Okay, enough about the Claymore. It's time to talk about, well, the artifacts that come with the that come with the new update. Okay, so let's just discuss about Ito's artifacts first, which is basically the Husk of Opulent Dreams. So what does this do? It basically just increases the character's defense, and its 4-piece bonus is basically just you gain stacks, and then every time you gain a stack, you get a boost on defense and geo damage. Yeah, I literally just summarized it. And this artifact set honestly could work with Noelle, but honestly, Bolide is probably a better artifact set for her. Ito, obviously, this is Ito's primary artifact set. And then last but not least, Albedo. Albedo can work really well with this set, paired with this new weapon. But in my opinion, stick with the Geo Noblesse set. It's honestly better anyways. Same with so basically Geo Noblesse Harbinger. It's honestly a better set for Albedo. But this new set can work really well too. I probably have to test it out and see if my opinions have changed or not. But only time will tell. So yeah. This artifact set is mainly just used for Ito, but it could work for others like Noelle and Albedo. And the last of these new artifacts is the Ocean-hued Clan. So this is basically just a Kokomi artifact set, because it basically tailors to healing bonus. Yeah, literally a Kokomi artifact set. Honestly, I say you could jump between Millilith or this new Ocean set, because with Millilith, you're basically swapping out Kokomi anyway with her E and Q, basically getting an attack boost every time you switch out. So yeah, it's pretty good. But this new Ocean set, basically, its 2-piece set is healing bonus, and its 4-piece set is basically just, it creates a sea-dried foam that appears on the field every time you heal with said character with the artifact. And, well, actually, it says that it could be triggered without the character on the field. So basically, every time you heal, it basically just puts a sea-dried foam. So yeah. Every time you heal with the sea-dried foam, or every time you heal, a sea-dried foam will appear, and basically it does damage after 3 seconds. So basically, you're basically making your healer a DPS. So if you think your Kokomi doesn't do enough damage with her HP percent artifact sets, then the Ocean is for you. The Ocean set. So yeah, the sea-dried foam can only do a max of 30k damage, but it's fine though, because 30k damage is honestly a lot for a healer to do. So yeah, basically this artifact set is just, you heal, you summon a sea-dried foam. Sea-dried foam does damage based on the amount of HP, you heal. Yeah. Literally a Kokomi artifact set. Okay, moving on with the events here. So we're basically getting a new monster called the Golden Wolf Lord. It's basically just materials for Gorou and Ito. So yeah, just farm these for Ito and Gorou coming in the future, because both of those characters will be coming out in Phase 2. So Phase 1 basically lets you prep basically lets you prep the materials to farm for the new characters. So once this comes out, you can farm, and then you can make Ito level 90. Do a level 90 Ito speedrun. Or Gorou if you want. And then we have Shadows Amidst Snowstorms. So Shadows Amidst Snowstorms is basically just a new event on Albedo. Basically just the Dragon Spine event from last time, but basically a new story. So we're probably gonna get more story lore for Albedo. And as you saw in the trailers of the Shadows Amidst Snowstorms, we're basically gonna see Eula, Amber, even Bennett. Bennett is gonna make an appearance! Finally, an actual story appearance besides hangout events. So Bennett is gonna pop off. Finally, we're gonna see him in action. And during the event, you're gonna be getting a R5 sword that is basically just Albedo's sword. Let's just go over that real quick. So, the Cinnabar Spindle is the sword. And basically, its main stat is defense. So yeah, more defense for you, hooray! And then its passive is basically increase elemental skill damage by 40% of defense, and this effect will be triggered no more than once every 1.5 seconds and will be cleared 0.1 seconds after the elemental skill deals damage. So basically your elemental skill just does more damage. So pair this sword with the new artifact set, and then Albedo's probably gonna do a lot of geo damage. Yeah. But honestly, Harbinger is still better. You get a lot of crit rate if you're above 90, which Albedo is most of the time gonna be above 90% HP. And it has crit damage on the sword. So yeah, you get crit rate and crit damage. It's honestly one of the best 3-star swords in the game. So yeah, I still think that Geo Noblesse with Harbinger is still the better Albedo set. But of course I will be testing out the new sword and artifacts to see if it is better or not. So yeah, that is basically Shadows and Mist Snowstorms new Albedo story. We are also going to be getting the Bantan Sango Case Files the Warrior Dog. So basically, if I have to summarize this with one word, Pokemon. Literally, you catch animals and then you put it on your teapot. Literally, Pokemon. Enough said. We're also going to be getting the new gadget, the Omni Ubiquity Net. It's basically stemming from the warrior dog thing. It is literally the event item you get from this event. So you can catch, again, you can catch animals and put it on your teapot. So yeah, you can catch unique animals like foxes. I think you could get squirrels too if you want. But yeah, you could even catch boars. But you could honestly just buy boars anyway. And you could probably catch eagles with it. Who knows? You could catch eagles, foxes, basically anything that runs in the wild. So yeah. We're also going to be getting a new event, the Energy Amplifier Fruition! Another Energy Amplifier event, and another domain thing. So it's basically like the previous Energy Amplifier event, where you do quests, and then after you do quests you get these Energy Amplifier crystals, You can use those crystals to help you in the domains, and then you basically fight hard bosses with your teams. That is literally the Energy Amplifier event. You already know how it goes down there. You basically just do events with that. And then, of course, there's going to be those people who don't use the Energy Amplifiers, put the domains on its highest settings, and then do a DPS check on their team. So, yeah. You're going to be seeing a lot of videos where there's going to be a all difficulties, hardest difficulty, all effects on, no energy amplifiers, all missions cleared. Yeah. And we're gonna be seeing a lot of those. The next thing we're gonna get is a new Misty Dungeon, Realm of Light. So it's another Misty Dungeon where you use trial characters to beat the, basically beat the dungeon. And, yeah. You're just gonna be doing a bunch of quests in the Misty Dungeon. You're gonna be using trial characters to beat the Misty Dungeon as well. You're gonna be getting free rewards, free primos, like all the other events, and yeah. That's basically it. We're also gonna be getting a new Marvelous merchandise. Yes, another Marvelous merchandise. Free primos, free materials for everything from that salesman. So yeah, don't forget to visit other people's worlds to see if they have the box for you. So yeah. And then lastly, the most important update of them all, Paimon is gonna be in the teapot. Yay! You can talk to emergency food in the teapot. Yeah. Yeah, not a very exciting final thing to go off of, but yeah, that is basically the new 2.3 update. Yeah. Tell me what you guys think. Anyways, if you like the video about me discussing about 2.3, if you like my discussions, if you like Genshin, yeah, do all those YouTube things. Hit the like button if you like this discussion video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you like my content, because I do a lot of Genshin videos. I also do other off-the-wall videos as well to spice up the channel, but I do mostly Genshin. And don't forget to click the notification bell if you subscribe, because you'll never know when I upload. And I do upload once a week, or at least try to upload once a week, but so far, right now, I am uploading once a week. So yeah, I'm keeping this steady uploads, and yeah. Don't forget to comment down below, what do you think of 2.3? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What do you think of Ito and all the other events as well? And yeah, well, thank you guys for watching this 2.3 discussion video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.